the Lakers make a massive move, acquiring Nick Richards. Let's get into it. So just to quickly give you the trade details, the Lakers are moving Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected first-round pick, their own, a 2030 pick swap to the Charlotte Hornets for center Mark Williams. I don't know if that's their own pick. I have to imagine it is. They probably would have traded it if it wasn't. We don't know the terms of the pick swap yet. If it's, whoever has better lottery odds or better record, worst pick, yada yada yada. We don't know the details of that yet. But the biggest pieces are Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, and that first-round pick for Mark Williams. Now, for the Lakers, I love it. If Mark Williams can stay healthy, he is a fantastic center who's only on the up and up. He's shown that he's a great rebounder, a great defensive presence. He's very bouncy and very athletic, something they've kind of been lacking outside of Jackson Hayes, but he can't play a lick of defense. But yeah, good rim protector. Has shown a bit of switchability. Not consistent yet, but he's young and certainly can improve. My biggest worry for them is, one, it harms their depth on a team that's already pretty low on depth. Their shooting guard rotation is what? Before it was the center rotation that was a concern, rightfully so after the AD trade. But who plays the two guard for them? Does Bronny come in and get minutes? No, Bronny, I hope Bronny's not coming in and getting minutes. Is Shake Milton the guy they go to? Obviously, Luka's there now. He'll take up some minutes, but, presumably Luka has to sit at some point. So, look, their bench wing rotation is a little bit low. I guess Markieff Morris and maybe like Christian Wood, Shake Milton are probably the guys who benefit. But, yeah, if Mark Williams stays healthy, he's a great ad for the Lakers. Good lob threat for Luka and Bron. A good defensive player, because let's be real, neither Luka or LeBron are great at defense at this point in their careers. A good guy who can just eradicate shots to the rim, and a player I really like. I think he can still get better. My biggest concern with him is he has a pretty bad injury history. Last year, I don't recall what it was, but he tore something and was just kind of doubtful to questionable for the whole year. Part of that's the Hornets suck at announcing injuries and, timetables for them. That's been well documented and well known at this point with Mark Williams, with LaMelo Ball. To some extent with Brandon Miller, Nick Smith, like all those guys. So we don't know truly how severe the injury was. Hopefully it's not too bad. But he does have a injury history of soft tissue, and he was delayed from coming back from that injury this year due to a back injury. Now, those are two injuries that, if I had to choose an injury I don't want an NBA player to get, much less a center, it would be back and soft tissue injuries. It's just as simple as that. He's young. Hopefully he's recovered from them well. Presumably the Hornets were just being extra careful with him. But yeah, the biggest concern I have is his health. He hasn't shown he can stay healthy, and he hasn't shown to be super durable. If the Lakers are truly hoping to make a long playoff run, will you be there for it? Outside of him, their center depth still isn't great. Jackson Hayes, not great. Trey Jemison, meh. Vanderbilt, also a health concern. ESPN just added Mark Williams. And Christian Koloko, who I still like, but young into his career and needs to improve still. So yeah, I like it for the Lakers. I don't think they gave up a ton to get him. I know people love Knecht, and people are like, oh, he shot 80% from 3 in the month of August. He's the next Michael Jordan. I can't believe 16 teams passed up on him. When in reality, he's fine at best. To me, his ceiling isn't super high. He's at best Jordan Clarkson, probably. Hasn't shown his three-point shot to be consistent outside of that month. Hasn't shown his offense can be consistent. His defense is really bad. So yeah, a younger player, despite being older than, most of the prospects and players from the 2022-2023 draft. So yeah, I don't think the Lakers gave up too much. I'm reading Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Some people have said that they gave up too much, but I don't think they did. For the Hornets side, I don't love it. Mark Williams is a guy that you presumably could have for the long-term future. He's a good fit next to LaMelo, and I get it. LaMelo's out for, it hasn't really been confirmed yet for at least weeks to maybe the end of the season, knowing the Hornets. They could just shut him down. But a good lob threat next to LaMelo, a good defender next to LaMelo, a good rim protector next to LaMelo, who also atrocious at defense. Is nobody's idea of an all defense candidate. So I just don't get it. They're also stacking up on undersized wing defenders who can't shoot. Josh Okogie, Cam Reddish. I think they still have. Is it Caleb Martin? They have one of the Martin twins, I believe. So Seth Curry, he can't defend, but you get my point. So yeah, I don't get it. You're assuming that 2031 pick is going to be good, which with Luka on the team may not. I guess I forgot to say for the Lakers, I like it as a long-term fit next to Luka. I still haven't processed that he's on the Lakers, but definitely a long-term building block with Luka if healthy. But back to the Hornets. You're assuming Dalton Connect can be really good and carve out minutes in an already crowded backcourt. It's a backcourt that's got LaMelo, got Nick Smith. Obviously, Brandon Miller's out, but Brandon Miller got, a bunch of other guys. I'm cold. I can't even think straight. My hands are, shaking. But, sorry for all the buts and ums. Take a shot every time I say but and and you'll die of alcohol poisoning. I almost said it there. The Hornets, though, I don't understand it. I don't. My guess is Mark Williams' injury history and severity of injuries is probably much worse than we think. But, yeah, I just don't get it. I think he has much more upside than Connect. I don't think that 2031 pick will be good. And if you're shopping him around, could you not have gotten more? I can at least think of a couple teams who would have given you maybe even 2 firsts. A player better than Connect. I guarantee you somebody like the Jazz would have interest in him. Somebody like, I don't know. We can go through team by team, but yeah. I don't get it for the Hornets. There's a post here that I found from Bobby Marks that I do think brings up a good point, saying the Hornets have nicely built their first-round picks in future years. They own their own first in the next 7 years, which for a rebuilding team, great. They have just one top protected first for Miami in 2027. That's unprotected in 2028. Miami's kind of on a skid right now, not looking great. Bam's surprisingly old, so you never know. That pick could be good. Top 2 protected first from Dallas. I don't know. Oh, that would be from the P.J. Washington trade. Which if that's top 2 protected, that could be a valuable piece, especially in 2027. They have the rights to swap picks with the LA Lakers in 2030. Okay, so it was their own pick that they gave up, or the swap, and a 2031 unprotected first. So they've definitely set themselves up nicely for the future. But they're moved a guy who presumably could be a long-term part of their future. So yeah, I guess I understand why they did it. If you don't believe in Mark, if you don't believe in his ability to stay healthy or his ability to stay consistent, I get it. But I guess you're believing a lot in Dalton Connect, and late lottery to mid-round pick in 2031. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how it turns out. Love it for the Lakers. Helps them a ton. But, yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to report on, talk on next. If there's another trade, I'll keep you posted. Again, tomorrow, busy day. Can't promise I'll be super active, but at the very least, I'll do a recap. And, yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.